Hello Hylians! This is the beginning of a Skyward Sword walkthrough, and in this video specifically, we'll work on how to have a perfect start and make our way off of Skyloft. And going forward, we'll work on a true 100% game to try to collect everything possible in the game. So if you're looking to see the whole series or you're looking for some Zelda content, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. And if you don't know me, my name is Nico, and if you do, hi! After the cutscene, you gain control of Link. You are now in Link's room in the Knight's Academy. You open a cupboard and you'll get a blue rupee. Your whole time in Skyloft is basically a walkthrough on how to play the game. So after you leave Link's room, the game will show you that you can use the right joystick to move the camera around. You can talk to this guy, his name's Pippet, he tells you what's going on, so if you want to know a little bit about the storyline, you can talk to everybody in the game. This guy over here, his name is Owlan. You can talk to him, he'll basically tell you that if you press up on the D-pad that allows you to look around. So you don't need to talk to him because I already told you how to do it. If you try to go up the stairs, Pippet will tell you no. So don't do that. And all the doors are locked, so the next thing you have to do, you can either leave or talk to this guy trying to pick up the barrel. Fledge has problems picking up the barrel and he needs help to bring the barrel to the kitchen. So this tutorial is telling you how to pick things up. You just go to them and press A. You should walk all the way to the kitchen and drop it close to that lady. Then talk to Fledge and he'll give you 20 rupees. And if you're curious if you get another 20 rupees by bringing the other barrel, you won't. So now if you want to bother the old lady, you can pick things up and throw them around. If you break things 3 times, she'll threaten to get you expelled. This next part isn't important, but you can try it just for fun. If Link sits on the toilet too long, he falls asleep. And then when he gets up, the toilet will flush. And you're done with the Knight's Academy, so let's make our way out through those double doors. This is the first time you can see a bird statue, and you use these to save your game. The gate will be locked, and if you try to go through the little archway, Hornwell will call you. He teaches you how to target. So you press ZL to target him and talk to him. Then he teaches you how to run up. But I'll tell you, you just hold B and run. And if you're running when you're going towards a wall, you'll run up the wall and climb it. And the same thing with jumping, if you're running over a cliff, Link will jump. This next little tutorial is basically how to climb and move around and push a box. You can skip this, but I would do it because if you do it, you'll get 20 rupees. He says that the cat's missing and the cat's on the roof. So you climb, move over, push the box, climb the box, grab the cat, and throw the cat. Well, you don't have to throw the cat, just bring the cat to him. You'll get your 20 rupees and he says to go to the goddess statue. So make your way across the bridge, you can save if you like, and if you talk to this guy, he tells you that that little bird statue can help you save the game. But I told you that already, so don't talk to him. And these little green things are called stamina fruit. They refill Link's stamina. Now if you're wondering why you would need this, the stamina refills by itself, you can keep running into them and you can keep refilling the stamina without slowing down. We can now meet Zelda at the goddess statue. She sings a song, she shows you her harp, she asks what you think about her outfit, and as a side note, you can have options for responses during dialogues, but the choices you make will not change the outcome of the story. So you can choose the one that you think you would say, the one you think Link would say, or the one that you're curious the response would be. Zelda's dad Gapura comes and he tells Link that if he wins, he'll get to participate in a post-race ritual with Zelda. So Zelda tells her dad that Link hasn't been practicing, so he'll probably lose. So then she tells Link that he needs to practice. Then she talks about loft wings and tells Link to go practice flying with one. She pushes Link off the cliff, he tries to call his loft wing, and nothing shows up. So she comes, gets him, and then they realize that his loft wing's missing, and now we gotta go find him. After you gain control of Link, you'll notice the 3 dots above Gapora's head. Usually if you see a character with these 3 dots over their head, you probably should go talk to them. They're gonna tell you something. Gapora tells you to go to the Plaza, and how to use the map. And then your map button keeps making noise, so click it and leave. If you're trying to follow along with the story, you can go talk to everybody. There's people outside the Knights Academy and people inside the Knights Academy. Otherwise, you can just go straight to the Plaza. Whenever you leave the Knights Academy, check to the right of it and there might be a stag beetle. You can roll against the wall, the stag beetle will drop and you just pick it up. On your way to the Plaza, you'll see a kid rolling into a tree. He asks you to help him get the beetle. He teaches you how to roll. You run and shake your left Joy-Con if you're using the motion controls. When you do so, a blue rupee should drop. And I don't know if this is all the time, but it happened to me twice already. The tree behind this tree, a blue rupee can drop out of that too. You can then make your way all the way to the Plaza and follow along with the story. You then meet for the first time Groose. He talks about winning the wing ceremony so he can spend some quality time with Zelda. After they leave, Zelda says she'll fly around Skyloft to help you find your bird. So now you have to go find him too. When you gain control of Link, you turn around and you'll see Keith will have the 3 dots over his head. When you talk to him, he suggests going to the goddess statue so you can have a good view of the whole town up there. Then he marks it on your map. As you make way to the goddess statue, Pippet will call for you and he and Fledge have something to tell you. You honestly don't have to talk to Keith or go to the goddess statue, you could go straight to Pippet and Fledge if you'd like. Fledge will tell you that he saw Groose take the bird by the waterfall. Then they'll mark the waterfall on your map. If you try to walk to the waterfall, Pippet will stop you and tell you you should get a sword. So you turn around and go right into the sparring hall. You could just go straight there without running away too. When you get in the sparring hall, you talk to Aegis. He'll tell you there's a practice sword in the back. You go to the back, open the treasure, and we've got a sword. You can just leave and go straight to the waterfall, or you can talk to Aegis if you want to learn how to use the sword. You can now make your way to the cave by the waterfall. And the easiest way to get there is just follow the path and you'll find a whole bunch of stamina fruit so you can run all the way over there. And when you get there, Link will sense that he's close to the loft wing. And now you can cut the wood to get into the cave. You don't have to cut it this much, I just felt like it. Now that we're in the cave, you get your first group of enemies. The bats, you gotta hit them twice, just swing the sword twice. When you see the little gate to the right, you'll see a little hole, jump down, jump across, you'll find your first treasure chest for 20 rupees. If you're like me, you want to try to just check out everything so you can go back and cut the grass and defeat all the enemies. And if you notice, if you use a spin attack, it does use up stamina, so use it when you need to. The game also shows when you see a little steep hill like this, you gotta run to go up. You'll get a few rupees and a few items, and you might get this monster claw. If you do, you're lucky, like I did. They're pretty rare for now, but we'll need them later. You climb up these vines and you'll get 20 more rupees. Defeat all the bats, try to get more rupees. Then you'll see this little ledge with grass, go to it and you'll see a little hole. Just walk up to the hole and Link will crawl and you'll get 40 more rupees. When you leave the cave, Zelda will come and she'll join you. She'll also hear a strange voice. You keep walking along and there it is! It's your Loftwing. You break the barrels and cut the rope, horizontally and vertically. And now you have your Loftwing. Now it's time to practice how to use the Loftwing. In this particular scene, if you're curious how long Link can drop before dying, I do have a video showing that, so check the card in the corner or the link in the description. And when Link's falling, you should press down on the D-pad to call the Loftwing. So call your Loftwing and it's time to fly. You flick the Joy-Con up to ascend, and then you can tilt it down to descend, and he'll fly faster when descending. And you rotate the Joy-Con to turn left and turn right. And you have to do these things at least once to show Zelda you know what you're doing. After you make her think you know what you're doing, then she'll teach you that you can press X to charge and B to slow down. So do that too. After you're done practicing, there's another cutscene, and then it's time to race. Just for the heck of it, I tried it. If you run back, you can't. In order to use the Loftwing, you need to run off the ledge, not walk. So you have to catch the bird 2 times. What I did for the first time, just charge 3 times, fly high, and dive down, and follow its turn, and just keep spamming A. You have to make sure you press A to get the bird. And then the second round, the other guys will throw eggs at you. So you keep the same thing, just make sure you keep pressing A when you get close to the bird. And eventually you'll get the bird statue. Zelda will be happy you won, and then it's time for her little ritual on top of the goddess statue. She will then give you her sailcloth. Then the next tutorial is how to use the sailcloth. She'll push you off the ledge and you have to maneuver the falling and drop in the middle and use the sailcloth. One of my favorite things to do is not use the sailcloth. But you do have to do it in order to move the story along. So she'll let you do it again, and when you get to the center, press ZR. Zelda will then ask Link to fly around a bit. Then she goes to tell him something, and then things happen. Zelda gets knocked into a tornado, her Loftwing disappears, Link passes out. When Link wakes up, Gaepora is for whatever reason just standing there watching him, and he asks what happened. Link explains to him what happens and then he leaves. Link then hears a voice and you gain control of Link. Check the cupboard again and you should get 5 more rupees. I would check this cupboard once in a while because for whatever reason 5 rupees appears in here. You can run around the Knights Academy, but there's nothing much to do. When you speak to Old Lady again, she'll tell you that she locks the bottom floor. So anytime you're playing the game at nighttime, just know that the bottom floor doors will always be locked, so you'll always have to enter from the top floor. You can then follow that blue thing all the way to the goddess statue. When you get to the goddess statue, you'll see there's a little gate blocking the way, so you have to turn to the right. Again, this is a small tutorial on how to climb things and jump around. When you get far enough, you'll see a little cat. It's not as cute as you think because the cat will attack you. Just swing your sword at the cat once in a while and the cat will stop. You can't pick up the cat after it stops attacking you, but if you try throwing it off, the cat will fly back on land. At the side of the cat, you can grab the treasure chest that holds 20 rupees. As you follow the blue thing, you'll climb, run, and jump across all the way to the goddess statue. And if you notice, this blue jelly, the choo-choo, is a little bigger than before. If you cut it horizontally, you'll notice that it'll break into two small choo-choos, but then come back together to make one big one. So you have to make sure you kill both small choo-choos. Keep this in mind for bigger choo-choos going forward in the game. You follow along, and then you'll finally make your way to the goddess statue, and a cave will appear. And when you enter the cave, there will be a sword and Link's mouth will be open. You will then meet Fi, or Fi. Fi is part of the sword and she'll always be with you if you need help with any part of the game. She'll tell you a whole bunch of stuff about the story, but you can read that yourself. You then have to go to the sword and pick it up. Turn the Joy-Con upside down, press A, and lift. Then you have to hold it up to the sky until it glows. Gaepora comes and he talks about more things that probably have to do with the storyline, so you can check that out yourself. Fi will then give you a little rock thing. Now make your way to the back of the room and hold your sword up to create a skyward strike to the blue wing thing. A pillar will appear and then Link will place the rock on that pillar. The goddess statue will then create a hole in the cloud barrier that allows you to get to the surface. Gaepora will then tell you to go back to your room and change your clothes. After Link changes, Fledge will be outside and he will give you an adventure pack. This pack will allow you to hold items that you'll need later on in the game. When you step outside, you'll see Owlan. He'll have the 3 dots over his head, so talk to him. When you talk to him, he'll give you a wooden shield. The next thing we'll do, which is advised by the characters in the game, is to go to the bazaar. On the way to the bazaar, you can run to those trees and probably grab some more rupees. When you get into the bazaar, you'll see the lady by the potion shop with the 3 dots over her head. After you talk to her, she will give you an empty bottle. With this bottle, you can put many things in it. As of now, in the beginning of the game, the maximum amount of rupees you can hold is 300. So if you feel like you have a lot of rupees, or you feel like you're almost at 300, feel free to buy whatever potion you want. And for me, that's everything I believe that you can do on Skyloft. After this, we're gonna jump off of Skyloft and make our way down that green hole. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have some thoughts, comments, some advice about the game, feel free to let me know in the comments because I'll be making these videos as I play the game. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and if you want more Zelda content or if you want to follow along with the next few videos, feel free to subscribe or at least check out the channel. See you next time!